This is the simplest example that I can think of to send MIDI clock from a Teensy to Ableton Live or a different DAW. So I've got my code here, and firstly I'm initializing a BPM value up here, which is 120. I'm then calculating the delay time in microseconds, not milliseconds, based on that BPM, and then dividing that interval by 24, because we have to send 24 pulses per quarter note, or 24 MIDI clock messages per quarter note. In my setup, I then have just 3 seconds of delay before sending a USB MIDI start message. This delay is just to make sure that the DAW is ready to pick up on receiving a MIDI start message from the Teensy. In my loop, very straightforward, I'm just sending a clock message before then delaying for the appropriate number of microseconds. I'm going to use Live to synchronize from the Teensy. So in other words, the Teensy is going to control the transport and the BPM of Live. And to do that, I just have to open up my preferences, go to the MIDI tab, and set the Teensy MIDI input port to sync on. Now that I've done that, you can see that I've got an EXT or an external button up here near my BPM and my link in my tab. Already the Teensy is starting to send a sync signal, but because the Teensy hasn't been reset, I just have to reset it as well, or I'll just upload my code. Maybe I'll change the BPM. Change it to 110. Upload the code. Turn the EXT signal on, and I'll just restart the Teensy as well. And we can see there that the transport in Live has started, and it's in sync. Now it's going to be just under 110 BPM, because it takes a little bit of time to loop back in this code and to actually send the MIDI clock signal. So we could adjust for that if we wanted to in the code. But this is just a basic example of sending a MIDI clock signal from the Teensy into Live.